Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Tangle Teacher. And as I've been pondering the situation worldwide about the coronavirus, and then here in Utah we had an earthquake just recently that was 5.8 on the Richter scale, I believe, and it's caused some panic with all the things that are going around, all the turmoil, the things you can't control are happening. I just been pondering this little verse from the Bible and my scriptures. It's "Be still and know that I am God," and I am offering is a free download so that you can tangle on it. I tangled on this little pattern. I tangled on it just straight onto the template with this little pattern that I'm going to show you today. But I think it's really great just done, and I could just adhere these onto my template also. So I'm just going to draw it on a 3Z tile so that you can see how to draw this particular design, and we'll come in on it so you can see. And we're just going to start with one of the triangular 3Z tiles, and I'm just going to put a line up the center, except I'm going to make my line have a little curve to it just because I like to do that. And then I'm going to make a diamond and fill it in. All the way down, and you notice that my diamonds touch each other. Oh, and I failed to say what this tangle's name was. It's Awhinging. It's spelled A-W-H-I-N-G-I-N-G. I'm going to put it out here. That's the name of the tangle. And I've changed it just a tiny bit because that's what I do to tangles when I draw. I tend to kind of do a little bit of, just make them my own. So I'm just making the triangles all the way down. That little line, and I filled them in. And now I'm going to make another triangle over here on this side, and another one over here. I said triangle, I meant diamond. I've called it a triangle a couple of times, I think. A diamond shape. And you can fill those in also if you want. They're going to change a little bit as we tangle. So we fill those in. Now I'm going to go from the tip of this tangle up and around that little curve and come back down. And I would follow that all the way up this line, but I have a hard time following and keeping it straight. So I'm going to come about halfway up, but I'm going to meet back down at that point. You can see that it's just kind of winding around, but it's coming back to that point. That was the inspiration from this tangle came from Awhinging. So there we have it all the way around. Now I'm going to do one more. And I'm going to go right off the edge and come down and in. And now I'm going to come here, and I'm going to come to that point right there on that diamond shape. And another one. And I'm going to basically try to go all the way to the edge of my space. And then I'm just going to stop right there so it fills in all of that space. I'm going to leave that little diamond right there in the center. Now I'm going to come back to this side where I've got my diamond, and I'm going to repeat. I'm going to come up and come back down. Go around that little curve and come back down. And now I'm going to come to that point on that one. Working my way around. I think this is a lot like Showgirl, how it kind of works its way around if you've done Showgirl. And I'm going to end right there. And there we have our Awhinging. And I just like to make sure that those little diamond spaces are filled in good. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to aura this space. Oops, I kind of, in my class, if I say oops, they get and they catch me, they get a little prize. I'm going to let that just darken in there because there's no mistakes in Zentangle, only opportunity. And I'm going to come, and you notice I did the little like holly bow effect there, so it looks like it goes under. I'm going to do that same aura in there where it kind of just goes under. So there we have one side, and you can see how it just changes that a little bit with the putting that aura in there. And now I'm going to do this other side. I'm going to turn it this way so my hand isn't on the ink, because it's very shiny. It's like it's not all the way dry. And so there we have it on both sides, and you can see. So when I got at this point, I thought I'm going to give it some little fescue, and voila, I think I ended up with this beautiful butterfly looking tangle. You know, they're non-representative, but it just, I think a butterfly is kind of a symbol of hope and change. I'm going to just take my graphite and I'm going to color in, put a little shading in here, and my blending stump, and I'm just going to shade in the center of that, not that outside edge. Pull that. I love how those blending stumps just really give your tangle some emphasis. I'm going to give it a little bit more right there. And also on this side. And then I can come back to my little saying, which I have a this is a cream color, so I have a white and a brown and gray and cream, and I can mount these right on my template. But I could come in and add a little bit to this one. I could come in and just add some little dots. around the outside edge. You probably can't see that because I'm so far out. See, I just added little dots like I did on this one. I added little dots. These I added some lines in the center. But it is a great little tangle, and for me it's got a lot of just some peace within to help me have a little peace. Now I'm going to glue these onto this paper, and then I could tangle around the outside edges of each one of my 3Zs that I have here. I'm going to put a little, give this one a little bit more weight up there, and just see what happens. But isn't that a fun tangle? I'm going to work on this a little bit, and then I will come back and show you what I ended up doing. Okay, I picked up my two-way glue by Zag, and I'm going to glue down my tiles. And so I'm going to kind of, I've got them laid how I want them, so I'm just going to pull this out, the underneath one, and put a little and I will frame this so if they don't stick down all the way really well, that's okay, because I'll put it in a frame. I might even put something on it to hold those down. Now that I've got them all glued down, I am going to put a little border around my 3Zs. So I've just put a little border all around there, and I think I'm going to put some of my favorite tangles that come out of here. I'm just going to draw a little muka that comes out from underneath. I love muka, and it just helps ground these into place. And I want to tell you that tangling is a real stress reliever. So if you are in quarantine, or if you are due to social distancing or working from home and trying to help eliminate some of the speed of this, how this virus is going to spread, and relieve some stress, I really suggest tangling. It makes all the difference in the world. And I do believe in prayer, and I know that we have a loving Father in heaven, and He will protect us. And it may not be the way we want, but you know, He is there, and we need to have faith. So there we have, be still and know that I am God, the free template for this week. Enjoy and tangle every day. It'll help relieve that stress. I love you guys, and have a great week.